right, right, right.
Hong Kong, one of the world's most vibrant cities and oriental land of hope and glory. But it wasn't always like this. British traders and Chinese entrepreneurs helped transform this once barren rock into the treasure chest that is today. As you probably know, the whole colonial collaboration thing ended last year when Britain handed Hong Kong back to communist China. So what does that mean for the Guilos, or white ghosts as the locals like to call the foreigners who live here? Many Guilos had a cushy deal under the territory's British government, but predictions are rife that their gravy train is nearing the end of the line. I'm Anjali Rao, and I'll be giving you a quick look at what it is to be an expat in today's Hong Kong.
Party girl Jackie has popped a good many corks during her time in the territory, and from day one, she's been a firm fixture of expat culture. In fact, whenever there's a good time to be had, Jackie will almost certainly have her party frock at the ready.
The life here is not real, it's not a real existence. I mean, it's a partying and there's social events and people are always leaving, so someone's leaving party or someone's arriving party, or there's just so much going on here, and it's not a real existence. It's like being on a permanent holiday, which is not a bad thing. It's easy to come to Hong Kong and get a very good job here. You get a good job here and then you can go anywhere else in the world and you've got an elevated position, an elevated title. And I think that is the reason why you get so many what I would call nothing people that come over here from London or from Australia or America. They come over here, they've got a boring, dull, nothing job in wherever they come from, and they arrive in Hong Kong and they get this great job, tons of money, they get a maid and they get a swimming pool, and it totally goes to their heads, and so many people turn out to be incredibly self-centered, materialistic and arseholes.
You ain't nothing but a Honda.
Good afternoon, this is RTHK Radio 3. It's now 13 minutes past 4 with The Cause, and I never loved you anyway.
Radio DJ Andrew Webb has got Hong Kong housewives hot under the collar, spinning tracks on long-running station Radio 3. He's certainly come a long way since his days doing hospital radio up north.
How the devil are you?
The first expats I met, well, I stayed with somebody who was real expatty sort of person, and she had some friends who were real sort of like Lang Kwai Fong every night and going out nightclubbing, taxi, spending a fortune. Oh, it's normal here, we always spend $800, that's £80, always spend that every night, you know, that sort of thing. And they weren't the kind of people I could get on with. They're nothing like the people back in Britain, and some of them were quite snooty, some of them were just really false people, really didn't like them.
Hang on, have a quick swig.
You can only go so far in Hong Kong, and there's a level of professionalism in the UK and places to go that you couldn't possibly achieve here, because we are the second media and Chinese is the top media here, and we are always going to be the media without many listeners or without many viewers. And I want to be in Britain where the sky's almost the limit.
Later that night, Andrew invited me to sample the delights of a particular Asian speciality. Andrew and his friend Mr. Yin decided to dazzle us all with their own special renditions, bringing new meaning to the word tuneful. As Andrew's girlfriend, Britt Yip is finding out what it's like to be going out with her first Guilo.
Well, I have to say he is really, really different from what my ex-boyfriends are, and I have more freedom. I don't feel trapped.
I will actually miss Hong Kong, for all the great things that I've done here and the great achievements I've had and the great friends. And in fact, the expatness and being, on the outside and being an expat, that's something I'd much rather hadn't happened.
Some people come to Hong Kong to be rich, some to be famous, some because they just don't have anything better to do. But the lucky ones get posted here on juicy job contracts. Take, for example, jet-setting investment broker David Catan. With a great head for business, the 33-year-old landed here on a pretty sweet deal, and understandably, he's not planning on giving it up anytime soon.
I've had some great experiences, you know, not just in Hong Kong, but around the region in terms of, you know, the places I've visited, different cultures.
Catan invited me onto the 20th floor of his office skyscraper, where he filled me in on the lifestyle of a business big boy.
Never been one to sit back and wait for things to happen. I thought I would try and make it happen, and Hong Kong seemed a very dynamic environment, and certainly with the job that I wanted to do, which was to continue in financial services, Hong Kong seemed the right place to go. I work for a very large company, and yes, I have a visa, but one has to show that you have a speciality, an expertise in a certain field, and fortunately we're able to do that. So there are going to be problems, and I think you'll see a lot of expatriates leaving.
The visa issue has become the topic of conversation for every single dinner party over the last 6 months, because people are very concerned here about whether they're going to be able to get their visas. You know, how are we going to get visas? Are we going to be able to stay? Do we want to make sure we can be here? So it's not easy, but I think if you've got a job here and your company's willing to sponsor you, I don't think it should be too much of a problem. I just don't think you can just come here anymore and just automatically assume that you'll be given a visa.
One of Hong Kong's oldest forms of transport, the tram, which winds its way through Wan Chai, the territory's party zone, and Susie Wong district of days gone by. Someone who knows all about that is artist Arthur Hacker.
I hear that bell go ding dong inside my heart. Each time you say kiss me, then I know it's time for ding dong.
The Pussycat here used to be over where the Empress Hotel was, and that was a great bar, you know. It used to be 50 bar girls there in their mini Chongsams, you know. It was great, you know.
Your type of place, though?
My sort of place.
The self-proclaimed aged Wan Chai wanderer has been doing the rounds of Hong Kong's girly bars since before the Vietnam War. As for what he actually got up to during the swinging 60s, Arthur says he doesn't kiss and tell, but my probing did manage to elicit a few snorts.
I know too well.
Wink.
Would you say that the good times are over for the expats in Hong Kong?
Well, I'll hang around. I enjoy the place. I can get work here, you know, which at my age in the UK would be quite difficult to do. I mean, you can earn a lot of money, but I mean, the place is so expensive that you don't really have anything left at the end of the day. I write books, I go and drink with my cronies and moan about the good old days and bore young people like you.